Welcome to Lagos Global on TV, your weekly investment advocacy talk show, which provides you with first-hand information and insights on matters relating to investments in Lagos State. And of course, the activities of the Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment, called Lagos Global, through our discussions, documentaries, and research. I remain your host, Temitope Olushi Iboshi. I welcome you all once again to Lagos Global on TV. Welcome back. Today on the program, we will continue our discussion on the topic, sustainability of investments, global best practices. And to further give us insights on this topic, I have here with me the Honorable Commissioner for Finance, Lagos State, Mr. Akinyemi Ashade. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, kindly give us an overview of foreign direct investments in Lagos State presently.
As you all know, Lagos is a subnational in Nigerian Federation, and according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, the total volume of foreign direct investments in 2016 into Nigerian economy was estimated at over $5 billion.
Okay.
Lagos constitutes about 80% of that, and based on our own estimation. And we've said to ourselves that we need to really go back to where we used to be before, in terms of the quantum of the foreign direct investments into our country, especially Lagos. Different factors have been responsible for this. And some of those factors are factors that really are beyond the control of Lagos State government. For instance, the foreign exchange regime has been quite a challenge. People really, because there are multiple rates out there, and they want some kind of certainty about the rates before they can invest. So some people are investing, not minding the rates, but other people are just taking a cautionary approach. Let's wait and see where the rates will settle down at. That has been a major issue, and it's affecting sustainability. But we know that before 2016, even as if you go back to 2015, it was the foreign direct investment, according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, was over $9 billion. So we've moved to a level of $5 billion because of the challenges we had in the Nigerian economy, the issue of recession, the issue of instability in foreign exchange, and some other factors. But for us in Lagos, we have quite a different approach to this. What we've said to ourselves, what are those areas that are very critical to us that we need to get foreign direct investment? We are looking at the deep sea ports project in Badagry, for instance.
That's good.
The governor, His Excellency Mr. Akinyemi Ashade, has taken some trips to Britain, to Sweden, to look at this and give the would-be investors comfort in terms of the land, in terms of the require permits, and we're at a stage where we know that project is in the bank, and it's just a matter of time before Britain and other things will start. We also look at the Lekki as this. We also have the ports, the Dubai Smart City, and some other projects like that we believe very soon that the inflow will actually increase substantially. But what have we done in Lagos differently? What we've done is to really say that, okay, for Lagos, we have an enabling law, the public-private partnership, because that is very key to foreign direct investment.
I agree with you.
If people want to come, they want to be sure what are your regulatory environments, what kind of law do you have? And what's also the scale of your ranking in ease of doing business. How often do you release permits to people? These are challenges that people will look at. We've been looking at this, and what the governor did the first day in office is to set up the Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment, Lagos Global, which is like a one-stop shop for investors that can reduce bureaucracy in how we deal with investors or the potential investors as it were. And that has really sent positive vibes, positive signals to investors. And we're also looking at the permit system. So the e-permits is something that we are really passionate about.
That's good.
So that people can do the days people that have to wait for permit can also reduce drastically. People will have certainty about when the permit can be given and all that. So, and we are also looking at ease of doing this. As the last time that the ranking was released by World Bank, we sat together, we look at areas that those things that are dragging us behind and making Nigeria to lag behind. And we believe critically, if we can address those in Lagos, Nigeria ranking should be able to move up. And that's what we are doing in the area of permits, in the area of cutting down on red tapes in government, and in the area of also ensuring that the regulatory environment is also that can really, but there's still some areas that are not within our control.
Okay.
And that's where we believe the central government, the federal government is actually looking at in terms of the foreign exchange policy. But it's very critical. The investors need to be certain about the foreign exchange regime is like, because that's also very critical. And for us in Lagos, it's very important that we want to get that right.
Thank you so much, sir. So what sectors have secured the most investments and why?
The numbers have not been finalized. It's still early in the year. In terms of, when we have those sectoral analysis.
Okay.
We believe we've seen a lot of investment in the area of technology.
Okay.
We've seen some area of some infrastructures.
Okay.
In Lagos, for instance, we also believe that currently there is a lot that is being done in Lekki Aziz, the Dangote refinery, and he's going to raise billions of dollars in terms of foreign direct investment, building refineries and all that, creating jobs along the way. But that being deep sea port is there. So if you also look at it, I'm looking at in the port system we have investment, and that's infrastructure for you. We are looking at the petrochemicals, that's where Dangote refineries will also come into play. Dubai Smart City, that's the area of IT. These are the areas that people are really looking at. And there are areas that we believe very strongly that once we focus on, it will also reduce the pressure on the Naira.
Oh, great.
Example,
okay.
If the refinery in Lekki come on board, we'll be able to refine locally. What that means that we won't have to import.
Sure.
And that will reduce the pressure on the Naira.
Sure.
That needs to come up quickly. So if you also look at the area of the smart city, it will also improve the ability of our young IT professionals to be able to be more creative so that those IT products that we software and we get outside, we can really get
the country.
within the country. And if you can imagine how much we pay in terms of renewal of licenses and those things are annually, they are quite huge, and we believe those areas are areas that they are looking at. Tourism also has also seen some kind of attention.
Okay, that's good.
Some hotels have opened in Lagos in recent times because we have nightlife in Lagos now. It's back, it's up because of the Light Up Lagos initiative of this administration, and some other hotel chains are coming up, and that's also good news, especially for that sector.
Thank you so much.
You just don't need that remote right now. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with me. We'll be right back. Thank you.
The significance and impact of sustainable investments in a state or region cannot be overemphasized, as it is a force of positive change in a society with other benefits accrued. Globally, the sustainable, responsible and impact investing or socially responsible investing (SRI) approach is being used increasingly.
Lagos is the melting pot for investment and trade and commerce, beyond the bureaucratic process in which you have in government. This office is specifically, created to pay greater attention to businessmen, to investors, local or foreign, and any other person that wants to, start up any business in Lagos. We want people to be able to come into Lagos and be able to start up their business within days. they do not need to go through our bureaucratic process. So this particular office, which is directly under my own office, will be able to deal with issues that relate to investments in one location. So if you want to get your permits, if you want to get your registration, or you need land, or anything that has to do with government, that's just the place to go. And that's the only way we can, re-energize the economy.
This investing approach considers environmental, social, and governance (ESG) criteria to generate long-term competitive financial returns and positive societal impact. According to the figures presented in the Global Sustainable Investment Review, a total of $21.4 trillion was invested in strategies pursuing an SRI approach as of the end of 2014. Europe leads the way with a total of $13 trillion, followed by US investors who hold assets in this category worth $6.5 trillion. The enabling business climate being fostered in Lagos State presently through strengthened legal and regulatory framework, improved security structure, renewed infrastructure, and others has resulted in securing impactful investment state, and such investments are bound to be secured in due course.
We're hoping to be able to let investors understand that Lagos is ready for business. Lagos is open to all for investment. We want to encourage people that we are changing radically the way we used to do, the way we do business in Lagos today, in terms of the time for turnaround, guarantee on your investment, the protection of your investment, but overall, in terms of creating an enabling environment for investors. So it is extremely important for us to keep on selling that message to all our investors.
Several barriers exist to securing more sustainable investment in the country as a whole, but gradually these challenges are being overcome, and the investment opportunities Lagos State provides is enormous and strategic. The future belongs to those whose possibilities before they become obvious. Ted Levitt. Lagos State is open for business.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Lagos Global on TV, and I'm here with the Honorable Commissioner for Finance, Lagos State, Mr. Akinyemi Ashade. We've been discussing the sustainability of investment, global best practices. So, sir, presently, is there a criteria used to determine the sustainability of potential investments in Lagos State?
Yes, we have criteria that we look at. The first criteria is just that it must tally with our vision.
Sure. That's key.
Project base.
Okay.
We're talking about entertainment. We're talking about tourism. We're talking about sport. Health is there. Education, and we're also looking at some infrastructures.
Okay.
So we've looked at it globally, and we've said Lagos State require about $50 billion to fix the infrastructure deficit in Lagos. So infrastructure is really huge for us. So it must tally with our vision, must tally with Lagos State development plan.
Okay.
And that one is between for 2012 to 2025. So these are the first set of criteria and screening that we look at.
Okay.
That development plan has been carefully put together to ensure that we have a sustainable development
in Lagos State.
Once we to pass through that, I think we also look at it from profitability perspective.
Okay, that's also a key.
Because really, some people will come to us with some big ideas and all that, and to them we just be looking at, is it profitable to you? Because it's a PPP initiative. They are private sector, driven by profit. So it's also very critical that we look at that criteria as well too. And the greatest one is job for our people. Will it create jobs? Will it employ our people? Because the population of Lagos is so good now in terms of the demographic potential, and the bulge is there. So we must be able to get our people back to work. So those are key criteria that we look at for really evaluating whether it's going to be sustainable. Because there's no further Christmas in place. All the potential investors they are all interested in profit.
Sure.
And Lagos will provide that opportunity. We must look at the market they are going into, the sector they are interested in, whether that sector tallies with our own
Vision on it. That's good. Thank you so much, sir. Now,
Foreign
foreign
direct investment is one of the available methods of wealth and technological transfer between the developed and the developing countries. I'm sure you agree with me on that, sir. Now, what effect has that had on economic growth and sustainable development in Nigeria and at the subnational level? Lagos, for instance.
I will talk about the subnational level because I'm focused on that.
on that, yes.
In Lagos, we don't really have oil that much.
Yes.
Recently, we started benefiting from the 30% derivation based on the oil that was discovered offshore of Lagos. We're not focusing on that.
On that, okay.
So what we're focusing on is more like an investment model for Lagos.
Okay.
In Nigeria, because Nigeria is we depend so much on imports, so consumption model is what we practiced in the past. But for Lagos, it's a bit different. It's an investment model. An investment model is that we attract foreign direct
Sure.
investment. So we really need to look at all those parameters. What will make them comfortable? The ease of really getting their permit, certain taxes in terms of harmonizing them, and in terms of also making them feel comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah, which is important.
So I think that those things are really very important. And I believe what we've been doing as government is towards ensuring that we focus on investment to ensure that we transfer some of those skills now, we transfer capital and we transfer skills and we create jobs for our people. So those are the focus of this country, of this state, and maybe Nigeria as a whole, but more importantly is
Lagos State.
Lagos.
Thank you so much. So, sir, what are the barriers to sustain investments in Lagos State?
People have said multiple taxation.
Okay.
People have also argued ease of doing business. People find it very difficult to obtain their permits. They probably not want to be in Lagos, they probably want to move to another state. So, and more importantly is also the issue of the foreign exchange regime that we have. Those three factors currently, if we look at them together, we'll find the answers to why people really find it very difficult
to invest.
To really invest. But we really want it's outside the control of Lagos. We can only continue to believe that the right policies are put in place at the federal level. That's the foreign exchange regime. But what we are doing is to focus on ease of doing business, to also try to streamline our taxes, to make it easy for people to be able to pay taxes. They should pay their taxes ahead of time.
Sure.
We have multiple channels to be able to do this, so that once that is predictable, once they can have their permits, once we reduce bureaucracy, it makes it easy for investment to find levels.
Thank you very much. Now, you don't need to touch that down. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Lagos State, Nigeria, is the 7th fastest growing city in the world and the 5th largest economy in Africa, with an estimated population of over 22 million people. As a result, the state has abundant human capital and is a large consumer market.
Lagos is just about 3,500 square meters, which by far is the smallest state in Nigeria. But in terms of resources, it is $136 billion, which makes Lagos State to be 5th largest economy in Africa as a whole. And that figure equates to what Kenya and Ghana put together generate as two countries. That is Lagos State as a whole.
Being Nigeria's commercial, industrial and financial hub, With a GDP of $136 billion, coupled with a strategic location which provides easy access to local, regional, and global markets, Lagos is a key driver of Nigeria's economic growth as a whole. The state has been tipped to become an investor's delight within a short time due to the huge economic potential of the state and the commitment of the present administration of the Lagos State government led by Governor Akinyemi Ashade to propel the state to become Africa's model mega city and a global economic and financial hub. In line with the commitment of the present administration of Lagos State, the Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment, Lagos Global, was created by Governor Akinyemi Ashade to function as a one-stop shop for investors aimed at making Lagos State the most sought-after investment destination in the world, while enhancing the ease of doing business in the state generally to boost domestic and foreign investments in the state.
But last year we had a survey that we conducted,
Okay.
which was talking about the demography of Lagos, and we call it the benefits of demographic dividend.
Okay.
And it was discovered that the population of Lagos has a bulge now, and the residents between 15 years old and 64 years old, there are about 15.5 million people. That's quite huge, and some of them are currently maybe underemployed or they will need more employment. So the direct impact is how to provide employment for the masses of our people.